crew seems like a voiceful awakening of the ship herself, till then, in the picturesque phrase of Dutch seamen, lying asleep upon her iron. A ship with her sails furled on her squared yards and reflected from truck to waterline in the smooth gleaming sheet of a landlocked harbour seems indeed to a seaman's eye the most perfect picture of slumbering repose. The getting of your anchor was a noisy operation on board a merchant ship of yesterday, an inspiring, joyous noise, as if with the emblem of hope the ship's company expected to drag up out of the depths, each man all his personal hopes into the reach of a securing hand, the hope of home, the hope of rest, of liberty, of dissipation, of hard pleasure, following the hard endurance of many days between sky and water. And this noisiness, this exultation at the moment of the ship's departure, make a tremendous contrast to the silent moments of her arrival in a foreign roadstead, the silent moments when, stripped of her sails, she forges ahead to her chosen berth, the loose canvas fluttering softly in the gear above the heads of the men standing still upon her decks, the master gazing intently forward from the break of the poop. Gradually she loses her way, hardly moving, with the three figures on her forecastle waiting attentively about the cathead for the last order of perhaps full 90 days at sea, "Let go." This is the final word of a ship's ended journey, the closing word of her toil and of her achievement. In a life whose worth is told out in passages from port to port, the splash of the anchor's fall and the thunderous rumbling of the chain are like the closing of a distant period, of which she seems conscious with a slight deep shudder of all her frame. By so much is she nearer to her appointed death, for neither years nor voyages can go on for ever. It is to her like the striking of a clock, and in the pause which follows she seems to take count of the passing time. This is the last important order. The others are mere routine directions. Once more the master is heard, "Give her 40 fathoms to the water's edge," and then he too is done for a time. For days he leaves all the harbour work to his chief mate, the keeper of the ship's anchor and of the ship's routine. For days his voice will not be heard raised above the decks, with that curt, austere accent of the man in charge, till again, when the hatches are on, and in a silent and expectant ship, he shall speak up from aft in commanding tones, "Man the windlass." End of chapter 6.